First question is going to come from Michael Sussman.
Dante, when you're going up against an offensive lineman, how do you attack that chest smash over the course of the game, and what's your favorite move to go to as a pass rusher?
As a defensive line, our main goal is the first person to get engaged inside, because once the offensive lineman engages you, it's going to be very hard to get off that block, because offensive linemen are naturally bigger and stronger, and we're just more agile. So my favorite move is just be able to, is be violent. I really don't have a specific move to shed a block, but it's more just do anything in your power. Do a swim move, you can do armed over trap, you can do a rib, you can do all types of things. But I really don't have a specific thing. I just kind of I focus on my first object is offensive lineman. Then I just try to track the ball. So
our next question comes from Kevin Kinder.
Dante, with the emphasis this spring on different players playing different positions, do you like that? And what are the advantages of that in a game from moving, maybe from end into tackle and even nose at times?
I like it a lot. It just shows how versatile, our D-line can be. Our coaches having us play the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, the 0. So they're kind of moving us all around, so we know everybody's positions very well. Because in the game, you never know when someone might go down or someone might, you might just be thrown in the game at any point. So you got to know every position that you're taught.
Going back to your earlier answer, then, does that help you maybe seeing a different guy on offense that you haven't seen for a while, that you can do something a little different?
It's definitely I definitely have that mindset, but as of right now, we're going up against the same guys. So I what I'm saying. So, but during the game is just completely different. But right now it's kind of I went up against almost every line we have. So it's definitely a great tool to me to help them, help me. It's kind of just I line up everywhere, so it definitely helps me a lot for sure.
Ryan Pritt.
Hey, Dante, I know you got plenty going on your own. I just wanted to ask you real quick, how much have you kind of picked Dariuss's brain about what he's going through right now? Obviously, I'm sure that's something that you're hoping you're going through a year from now too.
Yeah, what I've noticed throughout this whole thing is really just patience. It's all about controlling what you control. Because after pro day, you have no control of when you're gonna get picked or how, what team. So as of right now, I'm kind of just learning off him just to be patient and just if people call, just to make sure you answer correctly, make sure you answer with honesty, stuff like that. So I kind of just, every day he talks to people, so I kind of just pick and I listen sometimes. So I kind of, what I'm saying. But other than that, it's kind of is for him. He still works out throughout the day, so you gotta keep working out, keep in shape, and stuff like that. But I'm definitely hoping I'm in his position one day.
How much different is it without him around?
He's here right now, so I'm around him. But once he leaves, it's definitely gonna be different because I've been so used to living with him and being around him my whole life. So, but I know he knows that it's a business, it's a job, and he knows I'm gonna handle my business, and I know I'm gonna handle that. I know that he's gonna handle his business. So it's all love, we know it's a business.
Thanks, Bill.
Greg Hunter.
So Dante, not just Dariuss, but when you look around the room, do you feel like the old guy? You came in with the Reese Smiths, Reese Donahues of the world and all those guys, and now you're the old guy.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely, got into that role. As a senior, you're kind of I'm not saying you're automatically a leader, but I played the last 3 seasons, and being a senior now it's not hard. I feel like I've had that, that type of guidance throughout my years. My first year, it was, Zeke, Reese, and all the, even, all the older guys. And throughout the years, I just learned off them and how to, be vocal and just be there for my guys. So if they have any questions, I'm there. I'm answering them right off the bat. So it's just, I like being in this role. You know what I'm saying? I've always liked to be. like who doesn't want to be a leader? You know, I've always just wanted to be a leader, and this is my opportunity since, you know, I'm technically the old guy now, which it definitely feels weird because I was never really the old guy throughout my years. So it's definitely cool.
John Antoni.
Just along those lines of your brother, I guess your whole career here, you played with him, and then you went 1 year at Fairmont without him. But most of your career, you played alongside him. How different is that going to be with him not there next to you playing?
It's definitely 100% gonna be different. You know, it's a thing where you can't control. Like he's older than me, so I can't be like stay back another year. It's kind of just like that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know like the thing that all the stuff he's going through, and like he's very excited about it. You know, I just gotta be there to support him. You know, for me, I just gotta just play my game. You know, I know Darius gonna handle his business, and Darius knows I'm gonna handle my business. You know, like we literally talk about it every day on how we're gonna do this season, like how we're gonna approach it, and the stuff we're gonna do. So
You kind of feel like you're on your own a little bit now. It's kind of like, you know, your deal now. I got to be my own man. I don't have my brother here anymore. It's me a little bit.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like that. I mean, you know, I can't think of it like, you know, like he's not here because like if I think of it like that, it's gonna turn completely sideways. So I got to remain focused, you know, and be the leader for my guys right now, and be able to, you know, win.
The last thing here, but I know your brother was always like, "Hey, Dante, come on now, you got to get going."
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
He
On the
was
field,
always
he's
the
like,
guy
"Come
in
on
your
now."
ear.
Yeah, like there's the guy in my ear talking and make sure I'm focused and ready to go throughout the games and before games, so before practice and everything.
So you got to do that yourself now.
Yeah, exactly. Which that helps me be a leader myself because like at first, you know, you gotta lead yourself before you lead others. So I have to make sure, you know, I'm doing the right things, you know, on the field, like doing techniques right, and make sure that the guys behind me are able to like copy that or be able to perform, you know.
Greg Carey.
Just curious your initial thoughts of working with Coach Jackson and what the early impressions have been like with him.
I definitely like him. You know, he's definitely new into the system. Like everybody else, like already knows a lot of the, you know, the plays and how everything works. But he's new, and I feel like he's definitely catching up very quickly. And I'm definitely impressed by him. You know, for sure.
Chris Anderson.
Hey, Dante, after the season, you know, when a lot of guys were making those decisions about pro or not pro, you were pretty quick to kind of say you were coming back. What was there any kind of decision making for you? What was your process, and what are you hoping to improve upon, not just to help the team this year for yourself personally, but for the NFL after?
I mean, my main goal going into my junior year was pretty much to like I want to leave. You know, I want to be a 3-year and out guy. I want to be that dude that, you know, is a boss. Like he's that dude that was able to go 3 and out. But you know, throughout the season, you know, I wasn't performing as a level I thought. I mean, people thought I did good, but like my stats weren't showing it, which that's kind of like a big deal. I mean, stats show like how much you're doing throughout the year. You know, I just feel like I didn't do it as much as I needed to be at that level that, you know, Darius is going to next year. So that's kind of just how I thought, and I was just like, you know what, I feel like it's best for me to stay another year and work and work and work, so I'm able to be at that level next year.
Back to Ryan Pritt.
Hey, Dante, last thing for me. We had Alonzo on a week or two ago, and he was kind of talking about how, you know, despite all the losses you guys have had on defense, unexpected and expected, the expectations are maybe even higher. And I was just kind of wondering, you know, after a season last year when you guys are 4th in the country in total defense, just how has that changed your guys' mentality as you approach the spring, and how is it different than years past?
It's never like our mentality is like you gotta get to the ball, you gotta make tackles, and just be on your, like Coach Leslie preaches every day, you gotta be on, like I can't be the one that picks everybody up. Like you guys have to, you know, do it on your own. Because if I have to, you know what I'm saying, if he has to do it, it just doesn't end well. So our players have to come together and share a whole mindset together and be able to prepare and, you know, play at a good level. So
Chuck Landon.
Hey, Dante, what's it like now playing next to Mesidor?
Hey, he's a baller, big baller. Like last year, it's a whole thing. Last year, so for my freshman year, I got a freshman All-American. So he asked me, he was like, "How many sacks you get your freshman year?" I said, "I only got 3." And I told him that he's gonna beat that record for sure, and he did. He was easy, and I was like, "Dude, it's like you have no reason to, because as a freshman you're nervous and stuff like that." And I was telling him you have no reason to be nervous. Like, you have all the talent in the world. You just gotta go out there and play. And this year, like he's an even better player than he was last year. So it's definitely gonna be very exciting for sure. Very excited.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Greg Hunter.
And then the last one for me, Dante. How badly did you guys miss crowds last year for games? And then obviously the hope is this year that, you guys get back to normal. So how much do you guys want just to get that normal atmosphere?
It's a whole different feeling when you're out there for a 60 plus. I tell these freshmen all the time, and like people last year that came out, I'm like, you guys haven't experienced, Morgantown yet. Like, you guys haven't experienced the game day atmosphere. So I tell them, like, just be like, it's going to happen. So you got to be prepared for it. Cause at first as a freshman, like you might be all overwhelmed. I say, they're here to, like, all these people are here for us to watch us. We'll play our best and play for them. So, I'm definitely excited. Like, I definitely been wanting them to come back for a long, like, since, last year, game 1, I was like, dude, we got to have them back. But definitely this year, I'm definitely very excited to have the fans back and have this place rocking. So, for sure.
Any further questions for Dante? Okay, sir.